Another of my favorite ghost stories. The Clinton Court Ghosts, one of whom is known as the Ghost in the Crinoline, speaks to a spectral inhabitant at number 422 and 1/2 West 46th Street in New York City. Ruth Shaw, a well-known artist who lived in the rear section of the building, which she had turned into a studio for herself, had spoken to a Mr. Evans, the author of the piece which had appeared in the newspaper. Mr. Evans visited the studio, and there was a charming iron gate through which you passed by the main house into a court. Beyond the court rose an arcaded rear section, 3 stories high and possessed of an outdoor staircase leading to the top. This portion dates back to 1809, or perhaps before, and was at one time used as a coach house. An English coachman and his Danish wife once lived above the stables, and they reported the first ghost to ever be seen at Clinton Court. The spirit was that of Old Moore, a sailor hanged for mutiny at the Battery and buried in Potter's Field, which was a short block away from the house. The cemetery is now gone, but Old Moore is said to haunt the first house from the cemetery at Clinton Court. The coachman's wife saw the apparition, and while running away fell down the stairs, which was unfortunate as she was pregnant at the time. She died of the fall, but the baby survived. Soon after the ghost of the unfortunate mother, she was reported as visiting the baby. This was ghost number 2. Later, one of the grandchildren of the Clinton family died from falling down the stairs. On one occasion, the ghost of the little girl was seen skipping down the stairs in plain daylight, but it was reported as floating above ground, not quite touching it. This was ghost number 3. A medium was brought in to visit the studio, which was still there and at this time not occupied. The medium reported the presence of a spirit, a woman in white, young, teenager. She's a bride. She'd fallen down the stairs on her wedding night and her head is battered. She has dark hair, blue eyes, light complexion in her middle teens. He also sensed a seafaring man, also, with a blue hat with shiny visor, a blue coat. He's a very heavy-set man. The medium spoke of the young girl, ready to marry a young man, but pursued by an older man. It would appear that the young woman was pushed by an older woman, and she fell and died. There was a funeral instead of a wedding. It is reported that the ghosts are still there and are seen on occasion.